Today I'm going to critique one of my students' sales pages, so you're going to learn a few copy tips from today's video. Okay, so this is the sales page that I'm going to critique. I'm going to offer a few suggestions on how my student Paul can increase his conversions, so maybe you can apply some of these techniques to your own stuff, and this will work on sales pages, it will work on squeeze pages, any form of landing page, blog post, articles and VSLs. Now, there is a VSL on this page, but I'm not going to take the time to go through it today because that is beyond the scope of this video today. So we're going to start with the headline, and Paul's headline is, what's the number one thing everyone says they wish they'd done before going on holiday to Spain or a Spanish speaking country? I wish I'd learned a bit of Spanish. Okay, this headline is, excuse me while I have some coffee to help me wake up and get through this sales critique, because I can't function without coffee. I'm sure you know what I mean. So, excuse me 1 second. The headline, we need to get specific. So, if I was Paul, I would scrap this and start again. I know that sounds harsh and a bit brutal, but that's my honest opinion. I would get rid of this. I mean, the number one thing. What's the number one thing? That's not bad. Let's break this down. So that's not too bad. Everyone says that's okay. That's a good statement to have in our copy. They wish they'd done before going on holiday to Spain. This is very wordy. To Spain or a Spanish-speaking country. This is a bit waffly. We need to tighten it up. We need to make it more specific, a bit snappy. So I would say maybe something like the only 50 Spanish words you need to know to sound like a native. Maybe something like that. Something a bit more specific. And then we have this subheading. Paul says, if you have 5 minutes, I guarantee I can have you speaking Spanish. So if you have 5 minutes, that's pretty good. I guarantee. Can you see a massive problem with this? Let's see if you can spot it. There's in this subheading, if you, so we're using the word you, that's good. Have you, that's good again. But I. So the balance is about 50-50 on the author of this and about 50% on the reader. We want it to be all about the reader. So, and again in the headline, we would make it very clear that it's for their benefit, it's for them. Here, I wish I'd learned a bit of Spanish. I know that's a quote, but still, we want it to be focused on you, on the reader. So I would use this subheading as an opportunity to grab attention. So of course the headline's going to do that, isn't it? If we do it right, if we make a big promise, something that's going to grab attention immediately, something desirable, and then here we can grab attention by using rubbernecking. So maybe something like, don't make these 7 embarrassing mistakes. And then if we use the word embarrassing or imply that there's mistakes being made that will make someone look foolish, that's a huge hook that will pull them in. Alternatively, we could use a really short sentence and continue to make another bold promise. Or maybe we could use this section to ask a question. So let's get down into the body of the copy. So let's give the page just a quick scan. So good. We've got bullet points. We've got some indication of what's inside the course. Then we've got some social proof. That's brilliant. And then we've got two buy buttons. So what I would do here is I would get rid of the most expensive one. I would just have that one buy. I wouldn't have, say, buy without Skype. I would just, because here you're saying there's something wrong, there's something missing. And that's, you might think, because that's not a desirable offer, they'll automatically go to that one, buy with Skype, for an extra $30. Some people might do that, but I wouldn't count on it. Instead, I would just have this as a buy button for $97. They click through, and then they can upgrade to the Skype option for an extra $30. So that's an upsell. That's how I would do that. Keep it really simple, really clear. One buy button. And then I don't see any risk reversal here. I don't see any money back guarantee, unless I'm missing it. Okay, so let's go through it. I'm not going to go through the whole page because that's going to take hours to do, right? So I'm going to give you a brief overview of the things that you absolutely need to fix. And I've already shown you quite a few. So let me have more coffee. Let me think about this. So at the top here, so you asked, we listened. That's a really good word to start any sentence off with, you, because that grabs attention. You've seen our cases. Jet Set Spanish has arrived. Here you're introducing the product too early. You haven't established what the real problems are and how those problems feel. You've attempted to do it a little bit in the headline, but we need to use this section here to really highlight the problem and drill down into the specifics. And I can't stress it enough. You have to get really specific with your sales copy. Say exactly, how is it embarrassing? So imagine being in a restaurant, in a packed restaurant full of people, with your family looking like a fool because you've mispronounced a word, or you've ordered the wrong thing because you've said the wrong word. So you're now stuck eating something horrendous, or you've ordered for your wife and she's, clearly not enjoying the meal because you've attempted to impress her with your lousy Spanish. I would use those kind of scenarios and inject them into this copy. I wouldn't take what I've just said as actual copy and use that. That'd be terrible. But use those scenarios, use those feelings that those scenarios create to highlight the problems, to really rub salt into the wound, to make them cringe at the thought of committing these horrible, horrible mistakes that will embarrass them and their family. When we use family in copy, when we put things in terms of family, our conversions increase because people relate to family, people care about family, and we want our family to be proud of us, to love us. And if we can use a push or a pull on this, so we can push, say, your family will be embarrassed by you, or your family won't be pleased with any action. Or we can use it as a pull, so we can say your family will be really pleased. They'll look at you in a new light. They'll be, what's the word? I can't think of the word. It's not respectful, although that would be one to use. Anyway, so yeah, I would definitely use this section to highlight the problem, rub salt into the wound. Before you introduce the product, we have to establish the problem before we present the solution. And here you're going straight into sales talk. So Jet Set Spanish is a unique, fast-track language program that lets you speak, that gets you speaking holiday Spanish in just 6 weeks. Now that's specific. That's good. A unique, fast-track. Okay, don't tell me it's unique. Show me how it's unique. It's fast-track language program. I would play more on that when you introduce the solution, which is your product. So, and if you really want to grab attention, then I would put some bullet points here of the problems, because bullet points get read, and look at each bullet point that you write as almost like as its own headline. Again, with these headings, imagine each one of these is its own headline, yeah. And then when you scan the page, you have to have a separate conversation with the people who are just skimming the page. So someone will land on the page, they'll read the headline, they'll scroll down, they'll read that, they'll read that. So you need more subheadings sprinkled through the page that has its own conversation, that makes sense, even if people just read those. So you might say something, the only 50 Spanish words you need to know to sound like a native. And then maybe stop those embarrassing mistakes that make your wife cringe. Here you could say, I mean, there had to be a better way. This is not a bad piece of copy. There had to be a better way. But wait, there's more. This is coming in too early. We need to move this further down for the bonuses. And I don't see any bonuses here. Actually, when we look at the actual course elements, what they get. So it's a 6 week intensive program. Lessons will be delivered weekly, so you don't feel overwhelmed. That's a benefit. We need to really make a thing of that. We need to highlight that. So that's a problem it solves. It stops overwhelm. My unique, quick methods to get you speaking holiday Spanish in no time at all. Again, my unique, quick methods. That's a bit vague. We need to get specific. Get personal feedback. That's a benefit. Face-to-face Skype. Amazing benefit. Learn via a combination of video, audio, and written content. That's a feature. So I know I speak a little bit about the difference between benefits and features. So features is what it is. And then a benefit is how that will impact your customer's life. So why is this good? Why are we saying that a combination of video, audio, and written content is a good thing? Well, video because it's easy to consume. Audio so you can listen to it on the go. You can just load it onto your phone and be learning on your commute. And written content, well, you can be learning while everyone else is watching TV and you won't disturb anyone through video or audio. 10 students accepted into the program each month. That's scarcity. Come on, look at that. That's a fantastic way to limit people, to make them take action fast, because that's a really good example of genuine scarcity. Only 10 students are accepted each month. I mean, I would use that right down here around the buy button as a trigger to make them purchase fast, because you want people to be in a state of, oh my God, I need this really fast, and there's only 8 places left or 2 places left. I need to act now. That's the state you want to move people into. It's easier said than done. So here again, we've got 13. I will drop that down to 12, drop that down to 12. I know it seems like less, and it is less, but if we can avoid the number 13 in copy or anywhere, because there's quite a lot of superstitious people out there, and that's fine. You know, I won't walk under ladders, right? But some people are afraid of the number 13, and that's okay. I mean, look at apartment buildings. In my apartment block, there is no number 13. We've got apartment number 11, we've got apartment 12, apartment 14, 15, no 13. It's because people won't buy an apartment that's 13. So this 13 bad luck thing is ingrained into us. So if we can avoid using it on our copy, I would encourage you to do so, because that's going to influence some people to well, say, okay, number 13, I don't like seeing that, I'm out of here. So what you could do is put 12 plus a bonus one, 12 plus the bonus one, another 12 plus a bonus, 13 written exercises with answers. Okay, this is a feature with answers that could be expanded on. You could really delve into the benefits of that. So do people want to buy written exercises with answers? No, they want to buy the results. They want the end result of what they will get from using that. So that's what you sell. So if you have a feature, which these are all features, we really want to follow up immediately with strong benefits, why that matters, why that's important. You know, we're attempting to do it here. So online video lessons in manageable 40 to 50 minute delivery. Where's the benefits? So we can drill down here into the actual course content. So let me say something with the actual way the text is formatted. Look at the length of the sentences, okay? That one isn't too bad because it's short. We need to start off with a really short sentence. So you might want to say something like, "Dear future Spanish speaker," and use that as a way to qualify and pull in your ideal customer, because you're speaking directly to their desires. So, "Dear future Spanish speaker," could be a way to hook them in there, and then keep a mix of really short sentences, medium length sentences, and then a bit longer sentences. So back down here, each one of these verbs part 1, okay, this is quite wordy, so it's quite a long paragraph that we're asking them to read. What I would do is have bullet points here as well. Every section here needs bullet points, and this is for the people who will just skim through the page and they won't read every word. So we need to appeal to those people too. This page is not doing it at the moment, so everything here. What's the benefits of lesson 1? Tell me why it's important, what I will get as a result. Tell me why I need lesson 1. And again, lesson 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so on. Here we've got social proof. It's kind of low quality. What I mean by that is the actual image is low quality. So it's great that you've taken a screenshot so they can actually verify and see for themselves that, you know, these are real people. But I would use higher quality images, because certainly on my screen it's a little bit fuzzy and it looks a little bit unprofessional. So I would just tidy that up, make it look a little bit nicer. So think about how nice it would be to finally converse with the locals. Don't wait until your next trip to Spain or a Spanish-speaking country to enjoy learning holiday Spanish. Experience it right now. Experience it today right in your own home. So here we really need a strong call to action. And think about how nice it would be. Nice is not specific. Here we're being very vague. We want to paint a picture. We want to use an element of seductive language to really put your prospect into a state of experiencing it, allowing them to imagine what their life will be like once they've achieved what you're promising, how they will look at themselves. You know, when we look to mess, that's maybe it's messing with people's self-image. I don't know. I like to see it like we're empowering people. We're making them feel like the thing that they want to achieve is attainable. So they start to look at themselves in a slightly different light. And when they see themselves achieving results and doing the thing that they want to do, it influences their belief. And when we influence someone's belief, they take the right kind of action to get the results. So it all starts with the sales page. It all starts with influencing their self-image. And when we influence the self-image, the self-belief, we dramatically increase the chance of getting that sale or getting them to opt in to the email list or whatever action you want them to take. We get them to see themselves achieving the thing we want them to. So I would use this, or in fact I would sprinkle that kind of language all the way through this sales copy. In fact, the way to do it is to mention you. Talk about them, you, when you, if you. You can use words like imagine a time when or picture a time. So here at the bottom we want to put in some kind of guarantee. We want to take away all risk of purchasing. Even if you're not offering a money back guarantee, we want to make some promise so they know that should it not be right for them or they not get the results that they expect, there's some action they can take to remedy it, that you are in their corner. You're not just going to leave them hanging. You know, I'm sure if you've purchased any of my products, maybe you've purchased the Traffic Secrets training course, or you're a member of the Profit Copilot Vault, or you've purchased some of my persuasion tactics, and you've sent me an email, you'll know, and maybe you can comment on this video below if you have, that, you know, I get back to you within minutes, unless I'm asleep, of course, and I don't outsource my support. I don't fob anyone off. I deal with my customers, my students, myself, and if there's a problem, I do whatever I can to fix it. Of course, at the moment, anyway, I offer a money-back guarantee. And that seems to be because there's a lot of people, certainly in the internet marketing and digital marketing industry, that expect that, and that's fine. But that is a last resort, I think. You know, hopefully people will come to me, and hopefully they will come to you with a problem that you can fix before they give up. You know, and that's really what you want to use the guarantee for, to let people know that you're on their side, you're in their corner, you're gonna help them as much as you possibly can to achieve whatever it is they want to achieve. So here we're finishing off. I look forward to teaching you soon. I would use benefits here. I would really stack in the benefits of why why it's a good idea for them to take action right now, and then finishing up with a picture and a name. You might even want to put in a signature underneath here, because that creates an element of rapport with your audience. They can see that this person's a real person with a real signature. And obviously don't use your actual signature. But that's one way to convey that you're a real human being. So in all, I mean, oh yeah, let me show you something else. This is important. Here we've got pictures. We want a caption underneath every picture and video. We want to caption it, because people will read the captions. They might look at the image, they might not really take in what the picture is saying or what's being conveyed in the picture, but they will read the caption. So we want to use that. So there you go, Paul. I hope this has given you a few new ideas. You know, we could spend hours on this if we wanted to, and as much fun as it is, I don't think either one of us has got the time to do that. So I mean, this is leaping. Have you ever felt frustrated trying to order a taxi, ask for it? This is really good. Okay, I know I've critiqued it and pointed out a few mistakes and stuff, but listen, Paul, your copy is not too bad. It just needs a bit of tweaking. So, you know, you've got the right idea. Have you ever felt frustrated trying to order a taxi? Here, you're being specific. You're playing to emotions. You're highlighting problems. It's not all bad. You know, this is, as a first draft goes, this is a pretty good starting point. So we just need to tweak it a little bit and it's all good. Okay. And if you want me to review and critique your sales page or your sales funnels, head over to profitcopilot.com/join. So I hope that has helped you out, and I hope it's helped anybody else who's watching this, who's looking for some sales copy tips. You know, if you found it useful, hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel too. I've got so much more content just like this for you, and remember to hit the little notification bell when you subscribe now, because that will notify you when I upload another video, which is probably going to be tomorrow. So thank you very much for checking this out. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you write good copy. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.